The essence of all we experience in life lies in a broad concept, challenging to condense into a few words, the most fundamental principle that must be grasped by those seeking to delve into the mysteries of metaphysics. I will divide this principle into three fundamental pillars: observation, determination of purpose, and detachment. The aim of authentic metaphysics is to induce a rebirth or transformation in one's being. Such transformation cannot occur unless the individual identifies what they wish to modify within themselves. This discovery is achieved through detailed observation of how we react to life events. The totality of these reactions constitutes the individual's level of consciousness, and it is precisely this level of consciousness that attracts various situations and circumstances to their life. Therefore, it follows that the starting point for effective metaphysical practice is observation, with the aim of identifying the individual's reactions to what occurs in their life. These reactions delineate the character of the individual, the true responsible party for what happens to them. I agree with the assertion that each person wraps themselves in the exact image of themselves. We can only perceive what we are in essence. There is a direct correlation between our internal world and the external one, and it is our internal states that attract our external reality. Thus, to initiate any change in the exterior, one must begin with oneself. It is the inner self that needs transformation. The human being, in their ignorance, is often satisfied with themselves while criticizing the circumstances of their life, without realizing that the root of these circumstances and situations is themselves. They do not recognize that they are surrounded by the faithful image of their being, and that they are what they see in their world. Only acute observation will allow one to realize this, and this recognition is essential before being able to effect any change in their environment. It is crucial to identify what your predominant thoughts have been and which emotions you have identified with the most. You must always be attentive to these thoughts and emotions. Most consider themselves kind, generous, tolerant, and noble, but meticulous observation of our reactions will reveal that we are not always so. Rebirth depends on prior work on ourselves. No one can experience a rebirth without first modifying that self. When a new set of reactions appears in a person's life, a change of consciousness begins to occur. The result is a spiritual rebirth. After identifying, through meticulous observation, what needs to be changed, it is time to establish a purpose. One must decide on a new being to assume, instead of the aspect they wish to change. With this purpose clearly defined, it is necessary to remain alert, observing and adjusting our reactions so that they align with this new self. The reason is that each one lives in a specific state of consciousness, which is the result of their reactions to life events. Thus, by defining a purpose, one is also defining the state of consciousness which, like all states, entails certain reactions. If, for example, gossip or malicious comment provokes anger or anxiety in one person, in another it may cause no reaction. This indicates that both people inhabit different states of consciousness. If you are faithful to your purpose, your reactions will align with it, as you identify with and, therefore, think and react from this new state. If your reactions do not align with your ideal, it is a clear sign that you are still far from your goal and that you are only thinking about it without really feeling it. Imagine that you are already that kind person you wish to be and pay attention to your daily reactions, for these will show you at what point on the path you find yourself. This is where detachment plays a crucial role. After recognizing that everything that happens to us is the manifestation of a state of consciousness and having defined the state we wish to manifest, we must strive to enter that state. This implies a psychological shift from our current position to where we want to be. Detachment helps us separate from our current attachments to life and embrace our objective. This internal separation is cultivated with practice. Initially, it may seem that we lack the capacity to detach from unwanted internal states, mainly because we have come to deeply identify with these reactions. Without recognizing that our reactions are simply states of consciousness from which we can detach, we find ourselves trapped in a repetitive cycle of problems, perceiving these not as internal states but as external situations. To deepen the understanding of these three fundamental pillars of metaphysics: observation, determination of purpose, and detachment, it is essential to recognize the role that our consciousness plays in shaping our reality. Our consciousness is nothing more than the mirror of our inner world, reflecting our deepest beliefs, our values, and, above all, our habitual states of being. This internal mirror is the key to unlocking the true power of personal transformation. Detailed observation, the first pillar, observation, requires honest and unfiltered introspection. It's not just about seeing our superficial reactions to everyday events, but about digging deeper to understand the underlying beliefs that drive these reactions. Why does a casual comment from a colleague irritate us? What fears or insecurities are at play when we avoid certain situations? Only through meticulous observation can we begin to unravel the complex web of our state of consciousness and, therefore, consciously influence our reality. Determination of a clear purpose, the second pillar speaks to us about the importance of having a clear objective. However, for this objective to be truly effective, it must resonate with our most authentic values and desires. It's not about aspiring to what we think we should want based on external influences, but about finding what we truly yearn for in the depths of our being. This process may require time and reflection, but it is crucial to ensure that our goal is aligned with our true self. The power of detachment. Finally, detachment teaches us to let go. Often, we cling so tightly to our desires and objectives that we become our own obstacle. Detachment doesn't mean giving up on our dreams, but freeing ourselves from the anxiety and fear of failure that can cloud our consciousness and hinder our progress. Through detachment, we learn to trust in the process and allow the universe to manifest in its own time and form, knowing that we are on the right path. Integrating the pillars into everyday life. Integrating these three pillars into our daily life is not a simple task and requires daily practice. You can start with small steps, such as dedicating a few moments each morning to observe our thoughts and feelings, setting clear intentions for the day, and practicing gratitude and detachment. Over time, these small steps become habits, and these habits forge the path towards deep and lasting transformation. The journey is the destination. It's important to remember that metaphysics is not just a destination to reach, but a path of constant evolution and learning. Each step on this path offers us new lessons and opportunities to grow. As we ascend to higher levels of consciousness, we begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. By practicing detachment and internal separation, we can break this cycle of automatic reactions to life. That is why we must set a goal and constantly watch ourselves in relation to this purpose. Question yourself if what you desire at this moment is to detach from all negative states and actions that do not align with your objective. For example, I want to be rich. If that is your desire, talking about scarcity does not align with your purpose, right? Commit to your goal by frequently feeling that it has already been achieved. This must be practiced even in the midst of life's adversities that deny what we consider real, that is, our goal already achieved. No one can transform into something different from what they are now if they do not begin to have different reactions and identify with their new objective, that which they wish to be or have. Detachment from negative states and the assumption of realized desires must be exercised in both good and bad times. The path of true metaphysics runs through the midst of our daily life. We must constantly practice self-observation, think from our objective, and detach from negative moods and thoughts, if we aspire to consciously build our life, instead of simply watching it pass aimlessly. By exercising these three pillars, we will ascend to increasingly higher levels of consciousness. And remember, it is your state of consciousness that attracts everything to your life. To further expand on these concepts and provide a more comprehensive understanding, let's explore two additional subtopics that are closely related to the principles we've discussed. The role of emotional intelligence in metaphysical practice. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in our ability to effectively implement the three pillars of metaphysics. It involves the capacity to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as to influence the emotions of others. In the context of metaphysical practice, emotional intelligence can significantly enhance our ability to observe, set purposeful goals, and detach from limiting beliefs and reactions. Observation, our first pillar, is greatly enhanced by emotional intelligence. When we are emotionally intelligent, we can more accurately identify and understand our emotional responses to various situations. This self-awareness allows us to see beyond the surface-level reactions and delve into the underlying beliefs and thought patterns that drive our behavior. In setting our purpose, emotional intelligence helps us align our goals with our true values and desires. It allows us to differentiate between societal expectations and our authentic aspirations. By understanding our emotional drivers, we can set goals that are not only achievable but also deeply fulfilling. Detachment, perhaps the most challenging of the three pillars, is where emotional intelligence truly shines. The ability to manage our emotions effectively is crucial in the process of letting go of limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns. Emotional intelligence provides us with the tools to acknowledge our feelings without being controlled by them, allowing us to maintain our focus on our chosen state of consciousness even in challenging situations. Developing emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey that complements and enhances our metaphysical practice. It involves cultivating self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. As we grow in emotional intelligence, we become more adept at navigating the complex landscape of our inner world, making our metaphysical practice more effective and transformative. The quantum perspective in metaphysics, quantum physics, with its mind-bending principles, offers a fascinating perspective that aligns remarkably well with metaphysical concepts. Understanding the quantum nature of reality can provide a scientific framework for many of the principles we've discussed, potentially deepening our practice and understanding. At the quantum level, reality is not fixed but exists in a state of potentiality until observed. This principle, known as the observer effect, resonates strongly with our first pillar of observation. It suggests that the very act of observing our thoughts and reactions can influence and change them. From this perspective, our practice of self-observation is not passive but an active force in shaping our reality. The quantum concept of entanglement, which suggests that particles can be connected in such a way that the state of one particle instantly influences the state of another, regardless of distance, provides an interesting parallel to the idea that our internal state influences our external reality. It offers a scientific metaphor for understanding how our state of consciousness can attract corresponding experiences and circumstances. Quantum superposition, the principle that particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until measured, aligns with the metaphysical concept of infinite possibilities. It supports the idea that by changing our state of consciousness, our internal measurement, we can collapse the wave function of potentialities into a specific, desired reality. The quantum perspective also supports the importance of detachment. In quantum experiments, the expectation or intention of the observer can influence the outcome. This suggests that while having a clear purpose is important, becoming too attached to a specific outcome might actually hinder its manifestation. Instead, maintaining a state of open expectancy, aligned with our purpose but detached from specific outcomes, might be more effective in allowing desired possibilities to manifest. Incorporating a quantum perspective into our metaphysical practice can expand our understanding of the nature of reality and our role in shaping it. It encourages us to view reality as fluid and responsive to consciousness, reinforcing the power of our thoughts, beliefs, and state of being in creating our life experiences. By integrating emotional intelligence and a quantum perspective into our practice of the three pillars: observation, determination of purpose, and detachment, we can deepen our understanding and enhance the effectiveness of our metaphysical journey. These additional perspectives provide both practical tools and theoretical frameworks that support and expand upon the fundamental principles we've discussed. As we continue to explore and apply these concepts, we open ourselves to a more expansive view of reality and our place within it. We begin to recognize the profound interconnectedness of all things and the pivotal role our consciousness plays in shaping our experience of life. This understanding empowers us to take greater responsibility for our reality and to approach life with a sense of wonder, curiosity, and intentionality. Remember, the journey of metaphysical practice is ongoing. Each day presents new opportunities to observe, to align with our purpose, and to practice detachment. As we persist in this practice, we gradually elevate our consciousness, attracting experiences that reflect our evolving state of being. The key is to remain committed to the process, patient with our progress, and open to the infinite possibilities that await us on this transformative journey. In conclusion, the practice of metaphysics, enhanced by emotional intelligence and informed by quantum perspectives, offers a powerful pathway to personal transformation and a more fulfilling life experience. By consistently applying these principles, we can navigate life's challenges with greater ease, manifest our desires more effectively, and ultimately, realize our highest potential as conscious creators of our reality.